everybody, this is Drew from section 122 and Argos, wait a minute, hang on. 122? What is this, 2015? Time out. Sorry folks, that jersey goes to the rafters as Argos End Zone has moved to section 116 at BMO Field. So, once again, Drew from section 116, ArgosEndzone.com, and the season has finally arrived. The 2016 Toronto Argonauts season kicks off here. As always, click the See More button down below to jump to the chapter you want to see. We got a lot to get through, so let's get rolling with a recap of what happened to the Argos this offseason. Well, talk about a busy offseason. Let's see here. New ownership, new CEO, new stadium, new uniforms, new marketing. I mean, if you've been on TSN at all in the last month, you've seen the Argos football ads. It's been pretty incredible for those of us that have had to suffer through some of those dark times. Now, again, I've only been, this is my 11th year as a season ticket holder, so I can't even hold a candle to the folks that remember Exhibition Stadium. But I do remember last year where the second half of the season was an absolute mess as the Argos routinely got bumped from their home starts all over the province to accommodate another tenant at Rogers Centre who was running forward through their playoffs, which is not a slight against them, but just it was a microcosm of what the Argos have to deal with for the last couple of years. In theory, those are all in the rearview mirror as the stadium situation has been solved to a degree. The other tenant isn't terribly happy with how things look right now. We'll see. I personally have got a lot of faith in the groundskeepers there, so we'll see how things progress in terms of protecting that precious grass field. But roster moves. I mean, I'm a huge Jeff Keeping fan, so I'm going to miss him immensely as he's moved out to Winnipeg. But in all honesty, this whole offseason in terms of roster moves starts and ends with the Flying Hawaiian Chad Owens. Check out my rant, which is coming up later on here for more in-depth on that. But just a quick tip of the cap to Mr. Owens. A thank you for absolutely everything he's done in Double Blue, and I wish him all the best in his future endeavors, except when he's playing the Argos. Week 1 preview. The beginning of the season, everybody's a Grey Cup contender. So in terms of what to expect, history has taught us that the defense usually meshes quicker than the offense, as with the waggle, there's so much more time required for the offense to get into sync. Only 2 preseason games and not having a ton of your established starters, get involved in those for fear of injury has resulted in you might see kind of a plodding offense. And that's on both sides. The advantage that both have is no big changes from a scheme standpoint on offense. The big thing then, if you're thinking that the defense is going to come out on top, Hamilton's got the same defense coordinator they've had for the last couple of years. Argos have brought back Rich Stubler, which in theory is going to create a little bit of chaos in a bad way as the Argos get into sync with what the expectations are of that defense and those responsibilities. In theory, this gives Hamilton the edge. Now, will the home BMO field swing it back the other way? Again, we have 0 point of reference on this. At the Dome, it could have been almost a 50-50. In all honesty, there were some games where it was probably like 70-30 Hamilton to Toronto fans in the crowd. Have the Argos done enough in this offseason with their marketing campaigns, bringing in the tailgate experience to expose it to enough Torontonians to make that trek in Double Blue, or is there going to be a big Ticat presence again? I don't know. So this could be really interesting how that plays out. I was really hoping that they would have a couple games under their belt at BMO before they face their arch rival Hamilton. But Christ, okay, yeah, let's jump into the deep end. Let's see how things go. So what I'm anticipating anyways then would be a lot of pressure from the front seven of the Argonauts defense, especially with that revamped defensive line. Should be a lot of opportunities for linebackers to make plays. And with Ticats quarterback Zach Collaros still out, the ball is going to be in Mazzoli's hands, who isn't incapable of winning a game, but is not in the same conversation as Collaros and Ray. So I think that's what you're going to see there. Another thing to watch out from Hamilton is the addition of Chad Owens and the contributions of Brandon Banks. What's the opposite of the Twin Towers? The Twin Bungalows? Yeah, Trademark, hashtag, yeah, that was me that said that first, okay? Remember that when that gets quoted. They're the twin bungalows coming there from Hamilton. Those guys are going to create a lot of opportunities on that offense. At the same time, you know that Argos safety, Jermaine Gabriel, plays a ton of passion and excitement. He's going to feed off that crowd. He's going to want to make a big impression too. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch, is that Argos defense against that Hamilton offense. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I mean, I look forward to every game, right? So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Who do you want to watch today? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of eyes on number 2 for the visiting team to see what Chad Owens does in his first appearance against the Argonauts since he started in the league with Montreal. In fact, I don't even know if they ever played. Regardless, there's going to be a huge Chad Owens situation we're going to see today from both sides of the ball. As the Argos fans, this is a business thing. Again, keep an eye for my rant where it'll explain where I'm standing on that one there. But in terms of who I want to watch, like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on Jermaine Gabriel, number 5 of the Toronto Argonauts on defense. I think he's going to make a big impact, literally and figuratively, in this game. I'm expecting some big hits, possibly a turnover or two, as he makes his presence felt on defense. On offense, I'm looking for a healthy Andre Dury to pick up where he left off prior to injury. This guy, in his single 100% healthy season, was over 1,000 yards receiving, and he always makes the first guy miss. Now, again, it's a local guy, a Toronto guy, with an opportunity to make a loud statement for his hometown team. So I'm expecting number 32, Andre Dury on offense, to have a huge contribution for the entire season, but in particular to make a statement in this game with a healthy Ricky Ray throwing him the ball. Keep an eye out then for Jermaine Gabriel on defense, Andre Dury on offense. So tough to make a prediction with absolutely zero data to fall back on here. Again, you know it's going to be a passion-filled game as these teams hate each other. You've got the brand new stadium. You've got the return of Chad Owens. You got the tailgate experience. You've got so much going on. It's the season opener for the entire league. So there's going to be a ton going on with a ton of emotion on both sides. The question is, can you channel that in the right direction to be successful? Trying to come up with a score, as I said previous, it's usually the defense that gets going first as opposed to the offense. But at the same time, you know that the Argos just want to dominate on every facet of the game. So I'm expecting an absolute air show with the healthy Ricky Ray, with Gurley and Hazleton and Coombs and Dury. 42-21 Argos. Okay, I tried. Okay. So bringing back the Trashtag for this season, and again, home opener, start of everything. So today's Trashtag is going to be BMO home, and what we're looking for then is what you're thinking about for your home opener, start of the season, your home field. So I'm thinking about things like the gum under the seat isn't my brand, or I can't get to the beer stand in only 27 steps anymore. So go us at Argos end zone and hit us with your favorite Trashtag for BMO home. And yeah, let's have some fun with this. Okay, here's the situation. Chad Owens, all right? We're talking 2012 most outstanding player, Grey Cup champion, all-time leader in yards from line of scrimmage in professional football. Contract comes up, and now he's playing for the rivalry. Those other guys, those whose name will never be spoken. Yeah, he's playing there. What the hell? Okay, look, I know this is business. I totally understand it's business. Players are mercenaries. They're going to go where the money is. There's a loyalty factor, but at the same time, look, nobody's innocent in this situation. But when Chad Owens says he wasn't even offered a contract, was not offered a contract. What the hell? Okay, look, I'm not inside the office. I totally understand that, and that's not my place to say. But holy crap, this guy couldn't do anything more for this team, for this organization in this city, and he's not offered a contract. I'm not going to compare players because I'm not in the situation. Chad Cackert had an injury that could have been career-threatening, and the Argos made him the strength and conditioning coach, which was fantastic. And they brought him back when he got healthy. He tried it again this year. He's on the practice squad. Again, I've never heard a bad thing said about Chad Cackert, so I'm not saying Chad Cackert, but I've never heard a bad thing said about Chad Owens, and you can't extend that same offer to him. Like, there's got to be something. Jim Barker called him a cap casualty, which I can understand to a point, but when you don't release cap numbers so that you know what it cost, and you don't offer him a contract, how can you be a cap casualty when he didn't get offered any money? And then he goes to Hamilton for less money than he was offered by less money. How can you be a cap casualty when you take less money for another team? God damn it. Okay, look, so this is infuriating. It's one thing to see a future Hall of Famer go to another team. It's sport. It happens all the time. But to go to a rival because you didn't have an offer from anybody from the team that you're host, and so you stick close to town so you don't have to relocate your family. Who relocated his family from Hawaii? Have you been in Toronto in February? He moved from Hawaii, his entire family from Hawaii to Toronto to ingrain himself in that city. And you don't even offer him a contract. I'm not going to swear. It's YouTube. It's not going to swear. I'm not going to swear. Again, now, it takes two to tango. I totally understand that. So, when Chad Owens says he was never offered a contract, then why didn't his people or he himself contact the team and say, okay, I want to be a part of this. I want to retire here. What can we make work? What are you looking for? What can I... So the fact that it is implied that there's not even a conversation is mind-boggling. Like it makes it hurt like 3 inches in here that I can't reach to scratch it. Again, this takes two to tango. Nobody's 100% innocent in this fight. But holy crap, this is infuriating. And if we have to see Chad Owens lifting the Grey Cup this year if he gets to lift the Grey Cup for those guys, it's going to be an absolute gong show. Okay, thanks for listening. I feel better getting that off my chest. That'll wrap things up for our look at here at week 1. Hope you had some fun. As always, like, share, comment. Let us know what you like, don't like, and that you're even paying attention out there. So the game's going to be an absolute blast. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this any more than I already have over the last couple minutes, as it's been an incredibly long offseason, felt even longer with all the home games that were lost last year, and with so much new, it almost feels like an expansion team. It almost feels like a brand new team. So to get on board with that there is, well, again, it's like feeling the force up close and personal. So, yes, the pregame starts at 7:30, kickoff at 8. If you're in Toronto, you got to check it out because, again, huge tailgate. They've introduced the Shipyard, which is going to be hosting the Sirius CFL kickoff with Cardinal Official, hope I'm saying that right, at 4:30, and the Stormbellas, hope I'm saying that right, at 5:30, I believe. It's down at the C&E grounds. You got to check it out. It's going to be a blast. The cheerleaders there selling out their calendars. Again, the cheerleader calendars help get them to the Grey Cup, which is actually in town this year. Get it to support them anyways, because they work really bloody hard out there, on the field, off the field, and with the anti-bullying campaign. Show them some love, show them some respect. So, again, it's going to be a blast. Hope we're going to have a fun season. It's outdoors. I'm excited now because it's not late November. Make sure to layer at that point. But right now, I'm thinking sunscreen. Lather, in sunscreen. And again, come on down to Section 116, the new home of Argos End Zone. Say hi. And until next time, this is Jude from Section 116. ArgosEndZone.com. Reminding you to ride the rail. We ride it hard. Argos go Toronto!